I got to break character. Can't. G'day, Teresa Cookie, Nathan Fishboy, and Alice. Welcome to the after party. Whoop whoop. Raise the roof or something. What a stream, hey?
Oh, did he finish? He's gone all quiet. No, he's just on his phone. He's live streaming him texting someone.
He's trying to join this one. Hey, Scuffed Fish Tank. How's it going? Won any more competitions lately? Loves a competition.
Scuff's got competition written all over him.
And there's a good chance of that, Nathan. Hey, Kerry Nation, how are you? Blackie's super bushy today. I don't know what of Blackie's are super bushy. I don't care to find out.
I'm way overdue for a haircut, that's for sure.
Thank you very much.
Well, actually, it did grow back fairly quickly after the full conviction look.
Yes. Always seems to grow very rapid. Oh, these ones, she reckons. I must be due for a trim there as well. And hello, Alice and Kerry and Scuffed and Knife. G'day, Knife. Teresa Cookie. Matthew Collis, how are you, Matt? Good to see you.
Somewhere one of my live stream, they were happy as bells. Oh, it's good, Nathan. It's about getting us out there, I reckon. We severely underutilize shops these days in industry. Rumble, welcome. CAC, good to see you.
Kaka. G'day, Alan. How are you? Rumble, what's going on? Gina French. Je m'appelle Michelle.
Hey, Alan, did you see my response to your concerns? If not, it might be worth checking out.
Pardon, mate.
Yeah, we only have the double doses of the coronavirus in here, which is, a little bit more festive.
A little bit more festive. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, Lock and Key. How's that go, Rumble? I've seen that pop up on a thingy. What's it called? Netflix. It's on Netflix, right? With the keyhole in the back of the neck. Oh, that's all right, Rookie Reefer. It does it to me all the time too. I found a few lately that I've been unsubscribed to. I'm thinking, oh, this person must have dropped out of the YouTube game because they don't seem to be making videos anymore. And then I go, oh, I probably should resubscribe to that person.
Yes, it is a bit of a devil, this platform. Just doesn't want us to have
what happens, though, and why it happens, but it certainly happens. I mean, it's often a convenient excuse for if you're not subscribed to someone, but it's I wouldn't have believed it if it hadn't happened to me.
I wonder if after a certain period of inactivity, your account gets deleted. Like, I wonder if that's the thing as well.
Well, apparently they do have like a massive building full of hard drives and stuff, so I imagine space does become a premium for them sooner or later.
Do firetail gudgeons turn blue in color? I haven't ever kept them, but I've never seen a picture of one blue, so if that helps. I don't know if it does, though.
Oh, I liked the blacktop nickname. that was pretty cool. I thought Rookie Reefer. But no, I'm gonna keep putting out the same shit content that I always put out. You don't expect my content to get any better. I don't fall victim to peer pressure and what's the other one? Social norms, standards, that kind of
I,
stuff.
I'd debate that anyway. I mean, is it possible to get better content than a man walking barefoot looking for a cow in a creek? You put your body on the line for that video. It's not every day that you can track all of those diseases that you've since been confirmed to have, stepping in that swampy water.
Clearly, Rookie Reefer hasn't had the opportunity to watch that one yet. So maybe, perchance, once he gets the opportunity to view that video, his opinion may change somewhat.
Josh is just warming up the pipes, is he?
I'm not 100% sure. He's hasn't turned up here yet. Maybe he barely ever left the camera while he was talking to Dan for 2 hours, so potentially he needs to go and poo. or just wee. One of the two.
Well, I did appreciate the advance notice of this stream going ahead because everything was shut down in here. So I was like, okay, I'll go fire up the computer. And then
I had to do the thing. I still had like dishes to go and wash and a computer sitting inside all switched off and not plugged in and stuff. So it was like, oh, what now? So yeah, we're in the same boat. Had to go and fire everything up, get everything rolling to make this happen. Oh dear.
Yeah, I think Aqua, he's spruiking his tank in that poll, but I think he's got it in the bag, 48%.
Oh, it was 51% when I voted. I think I took it from 50% to 51%. But
I voted for everybody else except Aqua, just for the fun of it.
Tipping the balance. Just don't worry about watching the video. Just go straight to the community tab and click the thingy. What's it called? Poll. I mean, it wasn't there wasn't much competition for him really in those 5 tanks. And there was one, I think it was the last one, that was pretty decent. I mean, I'm no aquascaper myself, but and I liked how kids advice and stuff at the end. Yeah, there was more you should do this and less I like how you did this.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Fish for Thought, the channel?
I do know that channel. I'm probably subscribed, but I probably don't have the notification bell rung or something like that.
Yeah, he does that exact same stuff. There's a lot of creative influence taken from that channel in that video, and he does it really well. So I enjoy watching his videos. It's really, really funny, especially if you're a bit of a meme nerd like I am. He puts in a lot of funny sort of jibes and stuff about other channels.
Nice.
Like he had an intro of Paul Cafaro and all this stuff. It was pretty funny.
G'day, Jace. Perth Cichlids. Jace, how's it going, mate? Bit rainy over there still, or has the rain stopped? Sandra Bennett, how are you tonight or today? Your time, probably. Probably.
But it's funny, speaking of rain, I mean, we're getting it's pretty early to start talking about the weather, but I was a bit nervous earlier in the week. I thought my ponds outside were all going to have to be closed down this week. It was getting quite chilly, and then we cop a 27 degree today, which is like close to 80 degrees. So yeah, I was like, okay, maybe I'll leave them out for a bit longer then.
Yeah, it was not so warm here today and a little bit rainy, but still not autumn yet.
It's done. 2020 doesn't know what it's doing with itself.
No, that's how we like it. I've got to
All
wait
over
for
the shop here.
YouTube
But
chat to catch up so I can click that link that Zen just put up. Oh,
yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I had the YouTube window open and I was very confused why I wasn't moving live, like live time or real time. I was in the wrong window.
I see.
This is a learning experience.
That sounds like life. Life in general is a learning experience.
So how are you going anyway, Blackie? You're down to gum leaves or boiling up some bark into a broth?
No, I'm a 100% bidet man. No toilet paper for me. I have a condition downstairs which prevents the use of toilet paper on my anus.
Oh.
So, look, it was true. I am subscribed, but I do not have the notification bell rung. So I have fixed that. Fish for thought. If you're watching the replay, Blackie's
You
on
definitely
board.
will be. But yeah, I think he's really gone up in leaps and bounds recently. So even though it's a massive channel, still good to notice those sort of things, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
Bunnings has stopped selling snags. What has the world coming to? That is the real Armageddon.
Yeah, it is Snagageddon.
Forget the debate about onions on top or underneath. Just throw the whole thing out the window.
Someone should do pirate. What are they called? Soso sizzles. Pirate ones just down the way a bit from the entrance. See how long it takes them to get nailed for it. There's the king of the interview himself.
How's the voice box? We're warmed up, ready for a 6-hour stream?
That was good. I really do. I really do love Dan. He's really refreshing, and I think that he reminds me a lot of the way that I sort of approach the hobby, and yeah, I don't know. There's no bullshit with him. Being in the after party to be able to go. There's no bullshit. He's just an awesome dude, and we can all learn from him. So I strongly recommend, if you're not subscribed to him, and Mandy, sorry to be annoying, but yeah, if you could put another link to Daniel Keeping Fish, he's one of my favorite channels. He's got over 2,000 subscribers. He's doing the right thing.
So it's been a long time since I've seen you, Josh.
Yeah. Pretty long
Like
time.
7 or 8 hours, if that.
You're funny because we have a chat with the three of us. And like Thirsty, Bodgy, Soprano Light. We've got like a bunch of us in there. Jace, the other Josh, Rumble. And you jumped in and you were like, oh, I did this, I did that. And I'm like, well, I was right there. But you didn't mention that you were with me. So I'm
I did.
I don't know whether to say anything or not.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure I did. I said it was your bad influence or something like that.
Yeah, it was a subtle reference.
You just pretended to bag me for it. Hey, no, I'm like, and you know what was really cool was the stress between the two of you when it was happening, because you're like, I'm in, and he's like, didn't expect that. I don't know what to do.
Who is that? The shopkeeper?
Yeah. So I went to Josh's house to drop off something that I was looking after for him, and then we went off to his local fish store, which I did a tour of and all that. And as we were filming, they had this baby stingray, and we're sort of just filming around, talking, without looking, like just sort of over my shoulder. And the guy was really nice and all that. Said, how much is this ray and all that. I got a plan and stuff, and he's like, oh, X dollars or whatever. I said, yeah, okay, I'll take it. And then he was like, there was like a long pause, and he's like, oh, telling me information about it, like it's on pellets and all this. And I was like, yeah, I know, I'm gonna take it. It's all good. But it was kind of like, even Josh and I, we were both like, do you want to sell it? Like, you don't have to.
He's a really good dude and everything, but I think it just like all of a sudden hit him that someone was going to buy it, and Blake's like, "You sure? Like, you okay with this?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah, sort of."
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have the context that I've been bugging Rumble about stingrays for like 3 months, and all of that other stuff.
Absolutely beautiful.
Maybe he's got his own tank cycling at home, waiting to put it in there.
Well, it's kind of a funny story what happened. Well, you can tell it if you want, Josh, but they have this massive 12-foot display tank, and you do the honors. You know the story. Oh, and then a secret happened.
No, I don't want to talk about that yet because
okay.
I've done a lot of work on a video that it's not there yet because I'm waiting for something in particular, and then I can put it out, and then I reckon it could be a good way to like sort of tie it all together. Like, you do whatever you want with the what happened today, but when I put that out, it could be something to piggyback your next video too, because that's probably one of the most intense videos that I'll be doing soon.
All right. So what happened was they have a 12-foot display tank. It got ick. They fixed it, and that's what we're going to run with.
Then Ginger, what were we saying? Acclimate lull. Oh, Alice. Yeah, you need to vote for Acclimate on the Keeping Fish Simple thing.
G'day, Hood Fishies.
Dr. Black.
The Josh. How are you, Hood?
G'day. All the Josh.
I don't know how to send a link for that. Oh, go back. So there's a poll.
You don't.
I'm winning at the moment for best tank against the others. So if you can, go over to Keeping Fish Simple and hit the community tab and vote for Aqua. Oh, geez, I'm over 50% now. Smashing the other. Realistically, they're all called tanks. And the tank after mine was pretty impressive. But if you're trying to talk about like a nice, simple tank, mine kicks ass. So vote Aqua.
Anyway, more importantly than that, so I got a stingray today, but I wasn't making the same mistake. I was like, I'm not going to even try compatibility things. I'm literally just going to take everything out, and it can go in there with the silver dollars, because silver dollars ain't harmed nobody except a few plants.
That they've done plenty of.
But even like, I was like, oh, the Jack Dempsey's pretty mild-mannered and all this, but I was like, nah.
Not worth the risk.
Not again.
Hey, whereabouts on the Gold Coast are you, Rookie Reefer? Mere stone's throw away from me.
I drove to Cairns in one day a while ago.
That's a pretty big drive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about.
Hey, Rookie Reefer, you ignored me like a year ago. I was like, hey, Rookie Reefer, do you want to be part of the fish tuber thing? And you're like, yeah, and then nothing. So
I think you went through that in your chat on the live stream when you were talking about the
No, I didn't talk about that. I was talking
no. When you were talking about the Oz fish tubers down under, the fish tubers down under.
Yeah, I said I would like Rookie Reefer to be involved, but I tried to get Rookie Reefer involved in the last one. But it actually really hit me that Blake wasn't involved and Bodgy. Max is different. Max is like to me, Max is like a Swisky that hasn't started doing stuff yet. He's done one video and he's got he's got better knowledge than Swisky as well. He's going to do something completely different, and he'll be fun to be working with. But why should I vote for this acclimate, Alice?
Yeah,
Seriously.
valid point, Alice. I'll vote for the person directly under Aquamate, or second place.
Watch the video, Alice. If you don't want to vote for me after the video, then that's fine. Just disconnect your internet and don't worry about YouTube anymore. No, watch the video, and if you don't think I'm worthy, then don't worry about it. That's fine. I don't care. It was really funny because the guy after me had a really cool tank, and then I looked at it, I'm like, I'm winning by like 50%. But
I mean, if you like voting for tanks that only got 3 stars,
Didn't they all get between 3.2 and 3.5 stars? Or fish, sorry.
he's got nothing.
well, I'm looking at it right now going,
Hey, I would have given it at least 5 stars. You would have got the full vote from me.
hey, he had a good point. You should have a hob instead of the inbuilt filter. I'm like, yeah, you're right, actually.
Nah,
And
that's character.
what I did, I had a hob, but it just stopped working. So I had to put that in there. Put something else in there to keep the water moving.
I reckon you should have a canister instead of a hob.
Yeah, agreed. A big one too.
On a
See if
And
Rumble,
Nautilus,
see if
2700.
Rumble will send you that veggie one over.
fish in it.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I think Rumble will give you his son after today. He can hook that up to it.
I'll be happy with that. Per Cichlids, just wondering what video ended up with the most views in the series of the Aussie Fish Tubers Down Under, Aquamate. The most views in that series would have to be, I'm going to look it up now, just for you.
Dr. Black 66.
Matt Collis, have you seen Biotope Aquarium Australia? Jason Solder does that. I'm sure you have if you've sought out Aussie natives, but he does a really good channel, like more cinematic stuff. I'll just make sure that I've got the right one. Yeah, Biotope Aquarium Australia, if you want to see natural stuff. And we've summoned Rumble as well with that Sun comment. Like Beetlejuice or Bloody Mary. Sun.
Per Cichlids, 811 views. So,
Killing it.
yeah, pretty well. Oh, see, Rumble's another one. Like, if I could do a video with, a few of the new ones. So, me and Blackie and Thirsty were talking about this early days, doing that fish tuber down under thing, and obviously Jason. I feel like we're probably only like 1 or 2 more channels away of doing the same thing. And loves to do it with you, Blake. Loves to do it with Rumble.
I reckon if you're doing seasons of 6, you've got 2 more seasons sitting there just waiting to happen.
Yeah, well, I think it's funny because it wasn't like a massive deal, but it's getting a lot of, it's growing every time it gets quiet, and all of a sudden you look at those videos and they're still doing well. So I reckon it's worthwhile.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, have you gone back to all of those videos and hashtagged them with Ozfish Tubers? By the way,
No.
good idea, Blackie. Get on it.
It's a good idea.
There is quite a few.
If you had Rookie Reefer and Sam Parker, that's pretty much it. That's all you need to do. And Teresa, if you want to be involved, because I was always an Aussie and what country are you from?
Down Under always includes Fiji as well.
New Zealand is always involved, but
it's under the equator, isn't it? Down under.
I think down under Indonesia, I think it refers to. Down under China.
Rookie Reef kind of depends. Like, it's a really open-ended question, I guess. Like, depends on your light and how shallow the tank is and all of that stuff. But yeah, I can chat about it another time, I guess. But yeah.
Daniel Keeping Fish said that he, in Aquamate's interview, he said that he none of his tanks have CO2 and he's got very healthy plant selections in his tanks. I don't use any CO2 in mine, but I have a very narrow species range that I keep that I have no dramas with. But like Blake said, it certainly does come down to your lighting and your water and feeding and stuff of the plants.
Yeah, if you're doing fertilizer. But yeah, I just want to put CO2 in all of my tanks. I love it.
Thank you. And I've seen the chats exploded already.
Awesome. Josh is watching his own videos. Give yourself a like, mate. You did a good job.
I already have. I can't give it another one.
Are you allowed to do that? I never knew you could like your own videos.
Oh. Haven't you wondered why each of my videos has one like?
I thought you might have been one of the dislikes on your videos.
One of the many.
The self-deprecating side of your personality.
Who's here?
What?
Sorry, I'm just closing.
Yeah, Rumble just likes to set himself a challenge, growing plants 2.5 feet below the surface of the water. Prawny made it in.
Oh, yeah, welcome, Prawny. Just missed the rest of the other stream.
He knows the channels to visit. Prawny comes where the burps are.
I also say, hey, Prawny, for the record. I didn't want to make the stream all about Saffron a lot, you know.
Pardon me.
Hey, Prawny.
What Prawny means when he says he was about to watch the replay was he started watching the replay and then just skipped through to the end where they started talking about the after party.
He clicked the link, gave his dislike, commented, you know, you suck, and then he jumped over here.
How did you grow your mangroves, Rookie Reefer? Did you start them from seed, or did you do the highly illegal thing and steal them from a mangrove forest? Not even allowed to take bits of mangrove wood from down here. I don't know what the laws are like in different states, but you're not allowed to pull anything out of a mangrove. What do they call them? Mangrove forest. That'll do.
Too much surface tension, Matt Collis. Just get some aeration in that sucker.
Too much or not enough?
No, too much surface tension.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, break it up. Yeah, gotcha.
Mm.
G'day, Aussie Fish Adventures, Josh. Did I already say hi to him earlier, or am I thinking of the previous stream? I don't remember. 7 minutes ago.
There's so many Joshes these days as well. I was shocked to see there was even 2 Blakes getting around this evening.
As if you were. You've been challenging each other for like 6 months.
It's actually just me on 2 accounts. That's my last name.
The sooner you change your name to Blaze, the better everyone will be.
I was thinking 1 month it'll be Blaze, the next month it'll be Laser, the next month it'll be Blazer, and then it'll be Fran Stelanoskovic to Beckett. If anybody's seen Dodgeball, if you haven't, that was
what?
Dodgeball.
Nah. I missed that
Well,
one.
it was nice hanging out, guys. I gotta go. Gotta go rewatch Dodgeball for the 1000th time.
I've seen all these other movies, Mr. Dodgeball. I've seen all these other films, just not that one.
Matt, if you do have air stones and you're still getting it, it's probably your food. Might be a really oily food. That can happen sometimes. If you can dodge a wrench, yes, Prawny knows. He's onto it. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Necessary? Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine? No, but I do it anyway because it's sterile and I like the taste. Come on, people, get with the program. Is this thing on?
Had I known there was urine jokes, I might have watched it. Is it on Netflix?
Surely it's even on YouTube these days. It's so old.
Hello, World Aquarium Singapore. How are you today?
G'day.
Holy Lord.
Pretty good down here, Singapore. I've got a mild strain of it in my right nostril though. That's the only place it is. It's very localized down here. Some people get it on their left earlobe. Other people get it on their eyebrow, just this little bit in the middle of their eyebrows. Some other people I've heard get it in their belly button as well. But yeah, it seems down here in Australia we're getting the localized version. Just picks a particular part of your body to infest.
It's actually called the Foster's virus down here. I think the one you're talking about is from Mexico. And of course, the Peroni virus, which is devastating Italy at the moment.
Yeah, isn't it though? Anyway, I was going to offer out the challenge to someone earlier in the week in a stream and say I challenge people to do a live stream that doesn't mention the coronavirus. So I guess we've failed that challenge, even though it wasn't actually vocalized or put out there. But yeah, so I guess we're out of the running for that. But I guess now is the platform to challenge the world to do a live stream without mentioning the coronavirus, the POVO-19 virus. It only affects the less than fortunate.
Yes, that Budweiser disease is a particularly nasty strain. It starts off weak, but it catches up. It catches up to you.
Yeah, when it hits your ring piece, you're in trouble. Back in a sec.
Look at that. I'm here by myself to wreak havoc. I can literally say whatever I want here on Blackie's channel. Yep. Good stuff.
You can't.
What do you,
Because I can't spell distancing. Why can't I spell? I'm trying to figure it out.
what are you trying to spell? Specific. I don't know what you're trying to spell.
Thanks, Mandy. High five. Hey, yeah.
Did you say you can't spell dysentery?
No, distancing.
Social distancing. Yeah.
I find dysentery is a much easier word to spell than distancing. People get so confused on the soft C.
You're a soft C.
Speaking of, no, it's Rumble.
Hey, Breno.
What's going on?
Long time no see.
My ears were burning.
That'll be our Australian localized corona. It's affecting you in the ears, clearly.
I've actually had a bit of Corona Light myself.
What's that called? Cascade light.
That's the
disease.
Tasmanian version. I think Clint's got that, hasn't he?
Breno, why do you look like Katy Perry at a Bright Festival?
Well,
Because he's not like us. He's a real working man. He doesn't have these satin fingers like I do. Haven't done a hard day's work in there.
I just haven't had a shower yet. I've been, I don't know, lazy. I've actually got to start wearing shirts. I was actually freezing today.
God.
The weather turned around real quick over here.
I thought you were being sarcastic when you said that, because it was quite warm here today. But
yeah. Well, I was running in the rain with a bunch of panic bought frozen goods, freezing my arms off. So
that corona's going to get you in the forearms tomorrow. You won't be able to lift for a week.
Should be right. One of my mates has just messaged me now. Well, looks like I'm not going to Bali. I thought he might have established that a little bit sooner than now.
Well, my Vanuatu trip did officially get rescheduled yesterday, so that's unfortunate. Going in September.
My folks had a cruise for it was booked for a couple of weeks' time. That's been cancelled, but who wants to be crammed in a boat with thousands of other people when this shit's going on?
Yeah, it's probably a lot worse.
I'm weirded out that my Cairns tickets have the same address as Blake's house.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's just an invitation to sink cans at my house.
Sounds
I'm
right.
I'm not opposed to it, to be honest. Just for the record.
Let's travel.
Be good to have some company out here in the fish room.
World Aquarium Singapore wanted to see fish, but all my lights just went out. I don't know if any of you fellas have got lights on to see some fish.
Oh, yeah. It'll be pretty dodgy. I can do it, though. I'll do it. Tell you what, I'll break through the fourth wall and we'll do it live. Here we go.
Do it.
That one.
Oh, what happened?
Hang on.
You look like you're in space all of a sudden.
Hang on, let me move myself around. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Blake's coronavirus has infected his forefinger.
My fish are going to bed.
There you go. There's some fish.
Speaking of fish, so I don't know, a couple of you guys probably know I really want Eliotti cichlids. Eliotti, or however you pronounce it. I I've asked around. I've even asked some like big names, and nobody knows where any are available. I can't believe it. They were everywhere 10 years ago.
Do they have a common name? Because I'm unfamiliar with this name.
It's like the firemouth, but it's like way more pearly.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the firemouth.
Therichthys ellioti. Yeah, so when my Vanuatu, well, that's a really close-up angelfish. When my Vanuatu trip got cancelled, I noticed that there's heaps of cheap trips to Port Douglas at the moment, but I was like, I don't even know if I want to bother with a domestic flight and all the carrying on that's involved there.
They might back off heaps after tomorrow as well.
Oh, thanks, Josh. What's the red rainbow fish? Looks ugly, but has nice colors. They can't all be oil paintings, you know. He feels he looks pretty good.
It was almost a compliment sandwich.
It's called an Aryan red rainbow fish, I believe.
Say Aryan.
Aryan. I'm the Aryan.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, it must be pretty late there, eh? Like 11.
11.
I've got an appointment in the morning, so awesome to see you all.
11 is way past my bedtime.
11.
Make a wish.
Oh, yeah. So Hood's made a comment. The other day at Rusty's talk, he was actually suggesting that we generally keep things like fire mouths and that too warm. They actually need like cooler periods. They shouldn't be kept at the same temperature the whole year around.
Interesting.
I can't remember what it was. It was something to do with like their digestive system.
So what?
It makes.
When I used to
he didn't mention
firemouths, I lived in Brisbane when I was breeding firemouths, and I didn't even have them heated. I just let them do natural temperatures, Brisbane temperatures. They did.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so if I do get, how do you pronounce it? Ellioti.
I would say Ellioti.
But yeah, if I do get them, maybe I'll swing Rusty a message and ask him what sort of temperatures he's talking about. There was actually a couple of fish in his demonstration that I really want to get, but he said they're rare in America, so the chance of finding them in Australia is basically.
Yeah, we get jibbed on so many fish.
So just Josh with his follow-up about the head shape, I actually kind of agree with that. I think a lot of the Chilatharino rainbows, like they get this real tiny head on them and then this huge wide body. It does look pretty funny. So yeah, I actually do agree with you that they look kind of strange. Takes a bit of getting used to. I remember when I was first looking into rainbows, I was like, who would want to keep that? And now I've got those and the that one just there, these turquoise rainbows, they'll get the same.
I'll see a prawny. Sorry, I didn't see prawny was going, but he's got to go and rob the stores of toilet paper. And
yeah, he's got the barbed wire wrapped around his knuckles, ready to get into a few fights.
How you going, Thirsty? Welcome aboard.
G'day, Thirsty.
Hey, Thirsty.
Did you redirect that toilet paper truck to my joint, as discussed? I got a hefty profit I'm going to try and make on the eBay market.
How much?
One of my mates messaged me.
Those Woolworths trucks could make a mint if they just pulled their truck over on the side of the road and started selling shit out the back of it.
Yeah, they almost need like armor guard people to go with them.
Yeah, police escort every supermarket.
I was actually thinking about getting up this Sunday and going down the shops to record a video.
Well, I got there at open this morning, and there was still nothing there. So I don't know whether you know, it's not getting delivered or what. But yeah, I couldn't have got there any earlier this morning, and still there was not a drop of anything. But I do have to say, we have to sort of pat all of the supermarket workers on the back at the moment, because I'm sure all day, every day, they're listening to people talk about how there's no rice and pasta and all those sort of things. So I'm sure it's probably not
working there.
Oh, even just the comments like people say to other people in the supermarket, it's like, no, everyone's lost their mind.
Yeah, and then like there's heaps more conversation in the supermarkets. Like you're like walking down the aisles and like people are just going to you like, can you believe this? Can you believe this? Like normally everyone's just walking down like completely silent. All it takes is like an apocalypse for people to actually talk to each other.
It's like a full tourist attraction. Like people line up for photos of the empty toilet paper shelves and stuff. I saw someone, like an older fella, was there with one roll of toilet paper, holding it up like it was the Holy Grail, like taking a photo, like as it got the last one.
Yeah, so the sun's leaking.
Do you reckon it's like a second generation of duds and the first generation were good, or?
Well, I don't know, because Matt Collis has got two of them, and he said his run all sweet.
I had
so what
one of mine, the motor stuffed out in it. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't the motor, it was the UV light. Was all cracked and broken, so I siliconed the crap out of that, and then just didn't use the power and ran it with a pump. It was like a 1,800 litre per hour pump, and after about 6 months it just blew the lid off the sun. Water all over the kitchen floor.
I've got one of the little like 1,800 Suns, and I've had one before, and they've both been pretty good to me. Matt, it's leaking where the stem is, and there's like the round tap, the red tap on it. It's actually leaking out of the edge of that tap. So it's not even like an O-ring that I could lube up or anything. It's the actual tap leaking.
Yeah.
But like, I was thinking I could probably I've got like this little spray. It's like Eheim O-ring spray. If I took the tap off and like closed it and sprayed some in there and like moved the tap in and out to try to lube it up, it would probably stop leaking. But it's still not the point.
Jason reckons that you've got a counterfeit.
Not to mention Rob's is selling it for almost double the price of the online price that I've seen.
You panic bought that filter, didn't you?
Yeah.
Speaking of panic buying.
Well, it was kind of I was thinking about getting one for a while, and then like a guy named Paul, he won it at the swap meet, and then like I was selling fish at the swap meet, had like a bundle of cash burning a hole in my pocket. I was like, I'll buy that off you right now. But I got it cheap. But I can kind of see it going Matt's way by the looks of things.
Hashtag not sponsored for all you guys talking about Rob's.
Oh no, they are sponsored. They get $20 every time they say the word Robs. Even I, on this side of Australia, just got $10. That's the Victorian rate.
I've actually got to be so careful because Rob's is a sponsor for Perth Cichlid Society, and I'm one of the faces of Perth Cichlid Society, and my opinion on the shop is different to other members of the PCS committee. We'll just use the word different for
that. Rookie Reefer asking a question about sumps. I would definitely have a crack at sumps if I had drilled tanks. But yeah, I don't have any drilled tanks, and I don't want to waste space inside a tank for a bell siphon system.
I've actually got a really good answer to that question. I never run canister filters. I hate them. I love sumps. I run sumps or air-driven sumps on everything. The reason I used a canister is because I'm running CO2 for the planted tank, and from like the research I did, it's like you use double the amount of CO2 with a sump because the water is turning over so much, dissipating the CO2.
Jason is on the ball tonight.
Jason's obviously put some links out there, got some people watching.
No, I've heard extreme foods are pretty bad.
So pricey here.
I've got a request for them. I'm literally actually going to speak to them. They don't make a 6mm food.
What are they doing? Sort their act out.
Yeah, it's like 3mm or 10mm. I really need to make them a specific one for me.
That was a joke, by the way. Extreme foods are awesome. Just saying.
So you've started using it, hey Blake?
Yeah, I've been using it for a fair while. How long? Maybe like 3 months or something like that. It's a ripper. Everything eats it. Because like my main trouble is that I've got so many different types of fish that it's really hard to have one container of food that you can walk around the fish room and feed. So that's a fair winner.
Yeah. I actually just took a huge plunge like 2 days ago. I swapped all the flower horns over to Extreme, which I hadn't done previous to that. The flower horns were always on Hikari because it's like what everybody's told me to use, and I didn't want to change something that was working, you know what I mean? But I ran out of Hikari the other day, and I got a kilo of big fella there, so I thought I'd give it a go. So I'm interested to see how the flower horns change over the next week, see if they colour up a bit more.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. So my mate here is in Japan at the moment, and he got some sort of communication from the Australian government to say he has to come back. So seems like a lot of people are getting recalled and the borders will be closed soon.
See what happens tomorrow.
Which is kind of awkward because on Saturday I've got my mate's Bucks party. So he's going to have to Skype in and we'll have to take him around because he'll be in isolation. Or we'll like have him on an iPad or something.
Someone will have to vicariously do this for him. Or
so
other thing that goes on at Bucks parties, I don't know.
So one of the girls at my mum's work, she flew back into Perth 30 minutes before the curfew, before they started that quarantine period. So she like rocked up to work on the Monday and she's like, oh no, I don't have to go into 14 days quarantine. and like the workplace was just like, I don't care if you're outside of the starting date of that. Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like just because you're outside the window doesn't mean that you should still walk around, shake everyone's hand, cough on them, lick them.
The virus.
Shit, well, I heard the virus isn't coming for another 30 minutes. I'm safe.
I could prepare for a bit of hate here, but it's like the people stocking up on guns. Like, I'm going to stop that coronavirus. I'm going to shoot it out of here. The world's gone mad.
I saw one thing, and it was like, if you've got coronavirus and drink water every 15 minutes, it's not contagious.
I actually heard this today. They were going through, like, Australia's got the toilet paper shortage. I think a lot of people have the toilet paper shortage. They were talking about the other things that are shortages in people's countries. So in the UK, tea bags were in really high demand, like, because you need a stiff Earl Grey to sort of work the virus out. What else was it? I mean, Australia, it was, toilet paper mostly.
Hand sanitizer.
And what one?
Hand sanitizer, your sterile home cleaning stuff. I heard an interview on the radio today with a guy who is the owner of a company that manufactures hand sanitizer, and they've had to cease production because they can't get the main chemical they require out of Germany for at least another 2 weeks.
But the best one was on the topic of DKF, Scotland. They had the stocks are empty of whiskey and beer. Now that's a country that you want to live in. The world's ending, better get drunk. But that's also a very funny topic. Like today, I went and bought something in cash, and the guy wouldn't, do the typical shake your hand to say g'day. But then I handed over cash to him. I was like,
"Oh yeah, it's like,
all right."
I noticed yesterday in Woolworths, every time you're served by a person, they do the hand sanitizer on their hand and they wipe the FPOS machine down. And it was the same at McDonald's this morning.
Oh, wow.
At the drive-through, that they have to clean with a rag and sanitizing liquid the FPOS machine every time after it's used.
That's some super dry hands they're going home with.
Yeah.
I saw an article that said over east somewhere that one of the states that they've actually stopped random breath tests. So you could just get maggot and go for a drive now.
Solid advice, Rumble.
Last week I told you don't stop drinking. So
I made the comment, take away the speed cameras next, because I actually got a speeding fine today.
Oh no.
It was a mistake though. It wasn't deliberate. Like it was like right between where it jumped and I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Don't speed and don't drink drive and don't say naughty words and all that stuff.
Fuck that. Oh, just that last one. I think I might have got pinged on the Gateway Bridge the other day in Brisbane.
Yeah, I get annoyed with speeding fines. Like I get why there's speed limits, but I feel like it's a bit of a entrapment thing a lot of times. Like deliberately sitting on a hill or like deliberately sitting at where there's a change in speed or something. I don't know. Victoria's pretty bad with density of speed cameras as well. If you ever have a look at Australian amount of things on the road.
I was pissed off on the freeway about 6 months ago, and I got like boxed in, and when there was an opening, I just like stomped it and like weaved through these cars, and I like passed a speed camera, and I was doing like 150, but I like must have gone through the cars as I went past the speed camera, because like for like 3 months I was like, I'm going to lose my license. I'm going to lose my license. Yeah, but I never got a fine.
Oh, nice.
So I think it was like a 4-lane highway, and I was like weaving through. So I think there's just too many cars in the frame, maybe. But yeah, I was freaking out. I thought I was going to get my missus' car impounded.
Oh no.
World Aquarium Singapore suggests that we buy canned foods, but most of the shelves in my supermarket here, the canned foods shelves are empty. They're getting cleaned out as soon as they're stocked.
Poor old Rumble couldn't even buy some mee goreng today.
I got some other shit, but.
And Thirsty a little while ago put the comment that have you noticed there's like one brand of pasta that's still there? There's heaps of it. It's like a blue box.
One of my local groups, they post on Facebook, they posted a picture of the bread aisle, and it was all empty except for this one particular brand of wraps. And that's what they said. They go, oh, you know, that marketing department on that brand really needs to pick their game up or something like that. And then someone else made the mistake of saying, oh, but I like those ones. Those ones are delicious. And then the nature of this particular Facebook group, then that person all of a sudden started getting a hell of a lot of trash from everyone else in the group. Clearly, you had to be there for that one.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was raging on someone's comment.
What was the comment?
I posted on Facebook that my canister's leaking, and someone commented, probably a seal you got wrong. How do you get a seal wrong?
They got you good. They tried.
Solid troll.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only 3 off 650. Just saying.
Oh yeah? I don't even know what I am.
Who in here is subscribed to Blake's Aquatics? Get on the Blake's Aquatics train.
Tell your friends. Jump aboard. I love numbers.
I like the things I can do with them. I like numbers.
I don't even know.
That was super fun, Jason. I loved every minute of it.
Thanks, Sam.
I've actually got a few subs this week. Last week was dead.
Yeah, I've noticed a similar thing. And from speaking with Josh today, I feel like last week people were just too hectic looking for news and trying to raid shops and panicking. So hopefully
I think
everyone...
maybe like I reckon we might get a few hits in the next couple of weeks, like
all the people
after the song, maybe.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that everyone's similar to me and they're just settling into a nice working from home routine, and plenty of time for watching stuff.
Alan S asking about particular brands of food. I find any beans that you get out of a can are good. Just make sure you rinse all of the fluid out of the can off them well in a sieve or something like that before you use them. If you haven't tried cannelloni beans, Alan, give them a whirl. My bristle nose and my shrimp, everyone loves the cannelloni beans.
Thanks, Josh. You're a legend. And looks like a lot of people are close to milestones. Perth Cichlage, 13 off 800. You're nearly at 800, Rumble, I think. Clint's 5 off 50. It's all happening here.
I'm only about
2 off 780.
I'm only about 24,500 off my next goal.
You do set rather lofty goals.
Aim high.
That's true.
Aim high, but keep your expectations low. That's what I always say.
Now you're firmly entrenched in the 500s now. Well deserved.
It's going to take a lot of effing and jeffing to lose 11 subscribers.
Few more shirtless vlogs.
Who's
box of
Jason
beer.
adding?
Oh, Clint. Jason's got a bit of a playlist of Aussies. So add Clint.
I just don't write his name in capital letters, Jace.
And Thirsty's nearly at the 900. We are. The Oz Fish Tubers, we're coming, guys. It's all happening.
We're flooding the market.
Hey, Amber.
I think it's pretty cool that we've all caught the attention of a certain American brand.
Hello, Amber. How are you?
Don't know what that American brand is. Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah. I don't really want to talk about it just yet. Probably a little bit soon.
Come on. Don't wait for I's to be crossed and T's to be dotted.
No, I don't know what's going to come from it yet.
Sand Creek Aquatics as well. G'day, Nath. How are you?
Yeah, Nath. Couple of Nathans. Look,
Crikey,
what is going on in here?
We've only got one Jace, one Clint, and one Heath. Can we put the shares out, people? Let's get another Heath in here. Let's get another Clint in here. Let's get another Alan.
Just share it and say, hey, looking for an Alan?
Alan,
Two
Alan.
minutes of your time, sir. Just 2 minutes.
Stu!
Alan has just unsubscribed to us all. Fair enough, too.
It's getting late here. I might I mean, you guys can keep going if you want. I can dip out of here and you guys can keep going on this thing.
I might jump off.
Yeah, probably should get ready for the old daycare drop-off tomorrow, if it still goes ahead.
Yeah, it should be right.
Cool.
Once that news comes out, then it'll take a little while to settle in, at least 24 hours.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
I wonder, is that one that I shared?
Yeah, there was there was a thing, like there was a breaking news thing not too long ago when I walked inside, and I think they were talking about some of the stuff relevant to that thing you shared.
Yeah, I kind of took it with a grain of salt, but
Those things.
my uncle's gone like full stealth style. Like he's taken all his money out of the bank. He's like, the banks are gonna collapse. Like he's freaking out.
All right.
He's the one that sent me that thing. I definitely, I think it needs to be done, but I can't see our government having the balls to actually imply it.
I'm going to need to see pictures of them, Amber. Wild caught black baby Oscars.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. Are they from Corey? Because didn't he bring back some Peruvian Oscars?
That would be so cool. I hate being in Australia sometimes.
Cool.
And in the current affairs, living in the most isolated city in the world has its advantages.
Although you won't have toilet paper over there for about 6 years.
Hmm.
You better plant a gum tree or something. Plant a shrub.
Lucky
You'll
he's
need
got
it.
pipes and hoses.
We got plenty here.
Start digging a hole.
Yeah, but the toilet still works, buddy. Even if there's no toilet paper, I don't need to dig a hole.
Where's the sense of adventure in that?
I think I'm going to go for the waffle stomp method.
I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, because you haven't seen any of like the 600 memes that have been shared around.
Nah, I hate memes. All of them.
Yeah, we're all familiar with Blake's intense hatred for the meme.
Alrighty, sweet as. Well, I think this after party was great success.
You know, we raged. We went nuts.
Who's having the after party? Or is it-
World Aquarium Singapore is going to go live with the next after party, everyone. So jump over to World Aquarium Singapore's channel. He will be live any second now. But
I'm going to go have a look.
As for us, being Dr. Black 66, Blake's Aquatics and Rumble's Fish Room, and Aquamate from a little bit earlier before he had to go nice. We'll say good night to everyone and thanks for hanging out for a little bit extra longer.
Awesome.
Reefer, you're probably not that far away from me, you know. Come and do a tour of your fish room or something when I can afford petrol. Promise I won't shake your hand, but right, dudes. See you soon, eh?
All right. See ya.
Get easy and thanks everyone for hanging out. Bye now.
See ya.